Hello, dear children, good morning. Today we are going to continue the class, the plateau and desert region. It's nothing but our fifth chapter. So, children, all of you open your textbooks, open the plateau and desert regions. Okay, we have completed in our previous class southern plateaus. We have learned location and their extent, the central highlands, the Deccan Plateau, and rivers. And in today's class, we are going to learn from the climate. The Malwa Plateau region. The Malwa Plateau region experiences a pleasant climate because of its elevation. So, the Malwa Plateau region usually experiences a pleasant climate due to its elevation. In other parts of the southern plateau, the summers are hot and dry and winters are cool. In Malwa Plateau, the climate is pleasant, whereas in the southern plateau, the summers are hot and dry and winters are too cool. Soil and vegetation. The soil in this plateau region is black and red in color. The soil in this plateau regions is black and red in color. Farming is the main occupation of people living here. So we can do farming, we can do agriculture easily in the black and red soil. So here farming is the main occupation of people living here. So people used to do farming here. Apart from cotton and oil seeds grown in the black soil, farmers also cultivate other crops like rice, millets, groundnut and sugarcane. Not only cotton and oil seeds which grow in black soils, farmers will also cultivate crops like rice, millets, groundnuts and sugarcane in this plateau region. The different kinds of wood from the thick forest of the Western Ghats and northeastern region of the plateau is of commercial importance. So here the commercial importance given to the thing mainly is wood from the thick forest of the Western Ghats and northeastern region. Next comes minerals. The Chota Nagpur Plateau is rich in minerals like coal, iron, manganese, bauxite and mica. So the minerals like in the Chota Nagpur Plateau is rich in minerals like coal, iron, manganese, bauxite and mica. The plateau region is the most mineral rich region of India. In India, this Chota Nagpur Plateau region is the most mineral rich region in India. Next comes the Great Indian Desert. Deserts are areas that receive very little or no rainfall. So in desert areas there is a little or no more rainfall. The temperatures here are extreme, either very hot or very cool. So at daytime it might be very hot and during evening time it will be very cool at that desert regions. There is little vegetation growth in such regions. In such regions only, in desert areas only, in such regions there is a possibility of little vegetation. The Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert is a large arid. What is meant by arid? Very dry. It is very dry region lying in the northwest part of the Indian subcontinent. So Thar Desert and Great Indian Desert is lying in the northwest part of the Indian subcontinent and it is a large, very dry region. It is characterized by sand dunes. Sand dune means sand hills. Okay, uncultivable soil and minimal vegetation. So there is no possibility of vegetation due to sand dunes. Camel is the main animal here. Here, camel riding is very important for traveling. This physical feature spreads across India and Pakistan and forms a natural boundary between the two countries. So These physical features form a natural boundary between India and Pakistan. Most part of the deserts lies in the state of Rajasthan. So most part of this desert lies in the state of Rajasthan, which is in our India. It is also extends to Gujarat in the south and Haryana and Punjab in the north. So this also extends Gujarat in the south and Haryana and Punjab states in the north. It has the Aravalli Mountains to the east, and these deserts have the Aravalli Mountains to the east side. The Thar desert is covered with sheets of sand which form sand dunes at places. Due to little vegetation to hold the sandy soil together, strong winds in this region can shift large amounts of sand. So, sand winds can shift large amounts of sand. Such events are called dust storms. Such winds that forms together such strong winds in this region which have large amounts of sand which can move large amounts of sand is nothing but dust storms. They lead to shifting of the sand dunes from one place to another place. So these dust storms will shift the sand dunes from one place to another place. Okay children, once go through the today's class. We will continue from the climate of this plateau region from our next class. Okay, bye children, thank you.